What's going on, billionaires? Here today for a breakdown of GJ, this move that played out that I got finessed on. I got finessed by a DJ, and I'm gonna break down to you all exactly what happened. As y'all can see, I left my screen just how it was, just how I had everything set up. I'm gonna go ahead and break down to y'all everything that I got on my chart, and then what happened as I was seeing this trade as it played out. So let's just go ahead and get right into it, man. Taking a look at GJ, right? This price was definitely in the downtrend, right? I got this path on here: high, low, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, higher low, higher high, even low, and then price was pushing up, right? So here, what I'm looking at, right, is this is a move that I was already, kind of looking for price to set up, right? If y'all saw the analysis for the week, right, this is kind of the play that I was looking for to play out, right? For price to come down, tap into the zone, and then to push up, right? It did get a little bit more choppy than I was expecting, but still definitely playing out the way that I was looking for it to, and we'll have to see how tomorrow and the rest of the week ends off. But taking a look at this specific trade that I took, right, we have these lows coming down. Here, when I see price is potentially looking to break a trend, I'll draw on a trend line. Other than that, I don't really use trend lines. So what we can see here is we did see price break here, and then we got this break of this downtrend, technically a break of this downtrend, right? So I did draw this line in here. We can see price even did come back to wick into this area, right? But look what I was looking for it to happen. I'm gonna zoom in. I'm gonna get right to the nitty gritty, right? So when I'm looking to come onto my charts and actually place a trade for the session, I'm looking for a couple of things to happen, right? I'm looking for my highs and my lows, breaks of structures, supports and resistances, right? So what we can see down here, I did have a support level down here. Now, support, right? Clean support level. Right, clean support level. We see this nice bullish engulfing happen off of here, and I'm gonna go to my hour time frame because this is more so where I'm analyzing that, right? We can see this is 8 a.m. yesterday, right? We saw price push up and come back down for a retest right on top of the zone, and then bullish engulfing, right? So at this point, this was like maybe 20, 12, 8. Yeah, it's like 8 o'clock, like 8 p.m. I saw that this price was pushing up, right? So after seeing this, right, I saw there was a support level here, there was a support level here, and it's all being respected, right? So once this price broke back up, retested, and created a bullish engulfing, that told me, all right, I know buyers got some momentum in this market. We move into the upside, right? Mind you, this is 8 o'clock. My trading time is either 2:33 a.m. to 9:30 a.m., right? This is at 8 p.m., right? So 8 p.m. I believe is like Asian session. And sometimes GJ definitely does move during that time, like 9-10 p.m. GJ typically does make a nice little push in the market, right? But here I entered this trade, right? We see price pushing up, right? I caught this first candle, this purple line, literally this purple line. Well, where I had the trade set up was my first entry, and then this purple line was where I had a second entry at, right? I don't even move this over so it's not crowding the chart, right? Seeing this price pushing up. Now, we come to here, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. We start to see this price push up, and then we get this long wick, right? We get this long wick rejection here. Now, looking at this chart, I'm like, all right, at this point, I'll even do a replay for y'all. At this point, I'm like, what's the market doing, right? We're still overall in a downtrend on our higher time frames, right? We do start to see our structures being broken on our lower time frames, right? But we're still technically in a downtrend, right? So me seeing this, I'm like, all right, this could reject here, make a lower high, and then continue moving down. But knowing good doggone well, right, that this price was respected here. All right, our support was respected. So even my stop loss was only a 30 pip stop. Clean entry, right? Here, see this nice rejection. I'm outside of trading outside of my trading time. So I'm like, I don't know. See this rejection, ended up pulling out of the trade, right? I'm curious what my lower time frames look like. Because I might have saw some of my lower time frames that was like, I don't know about this. I don't really remember. right? But here we see this nice wick rejection. I'm like, all right. So me knowing what I know about the charts is that especially price is attempting to reverse. All right. So we got our first higher low created here, right? We see a respect of that higher low, and then we starting to see price push up, right? If price breaks this high over here on our hour time frame, I could say, all right, this price is moving to the upside. We going bullish, right? At least to our previous high. Looking at this, I'm like, all right, I know for a fact that, right, in order for this price to break this level, it's going to take a little bit, right? It's going to take a little bit of momentum. Price is going to reject this level a little bit as sellers are slowing down and buyers are looking to gain momentum, right? And we also have to break through these wicks to the left of price. All right, so first mistake is me pulling out of these entries that I had down here, right? Boom, boom, boom. Let market go. Wait until, wait until my trading time, right? And I'm looking at the chart. So what time? Might have even still been before my time, right? I was looking at the charts because I'm like, I see this move is getting ready to happen, right? I see this move is getting ready to happen. At this point, I'm looking at the charts on my lower time frames. Do see these wicks exhausting. Then we see this nice break of price here. At this point, at this time, I did take this entry here, which was my I took a nice position here, a smaller position though, right? Because I knew, all right, this price is at a high. It needs to come back down and retest. Me being me, right? Put a limit here, right, for a nice position. Put a limit here for a nice position. And then as this price started to come down, I end up pulling it because still thinking in my head, this don't look too strong. This market could still pull back. I'm not too sure, right? But these are all the things that's going through my head as I'm, actually in my trading. So psychology is going to be, a big part of your trading. I'll actually drop a video on market psychology. I am personally still, working on my psychology, and I want this channel to be real transparent, right? I want y'all to understand that I'm still learning through this process, right? I've been trading for about 2.5, almost 3 years, and I'm still learning, right? It's still a process for me. It's still some things that I'm working on, and hopefully by sharing these things with y'all, it'll help somebody else through their journey. So that's what we're looking to do, right? But looking at here, my psychology played me out to the max, bro. My psychology played me out to the max. Ended up canceling my limits, right? Basically, if you're not familiar with limits, what it would do is once this price came back down to retest, I had a limit, quote unquote limit set at this area, right? So once price hit this level, I would have entered a position automatically, right? Without me having to go back into my app, into MT4 and enter it manually. Automatically would have entered it, right? So had limit set, ended up taking them off, right? But cool, price came down and it ended up playing around as we know it should, right? We got a break and now we're looking for a retest. So here at this point, price started to sell off. Sell off. Right now here. All right, peep this. Another area that target take profit could have been taken. Right at this area here, right at the bottom of this 4-hour zone. That would have been a cool 70 pips, 75 pips almost, right? And target could have been taken. We see it just barely missed it, right? But once you see that, I started to see this happening, right? I started to see this exhaustion happening here. So I'm like, all right, price is looking to retest. It's about to start retesting. Let's see what happens. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, now we touching this line. Even here, price dipped a little bit deeper below this line. And I held. I'm confident. You feel me? I put the work in. I know what's going on here. I'm like, listen, I know that, all right, price trying to fake me out here. We see these candles trying to push down and fake and act like they doing something, but they not. I'm like, can't even look at that. Peep, right? We even got to break back below this line, right? But in my head, I'm like, nah, we got the break. We got the retest. This price is pushing up, and now this is another retest happening. So I held, right? I held. And at this point, let's go back. Or did I take it here? I'm not sure where I entered these other positions. Actually, I think it was as this price was falling, because I'm like, all right, I know this price is retesting. So I believe as this price was falling, I copped these other two entries, right? entry, cool. Price came down, tapped this level, boom, held, and then shot up. Now, at this point, what time was this? Because I think I started to fall asleep. I believe I started to fall asleep and woke back up, and I was just in profit. Yeah, 2 a.m. Right. I have. If you know me, you know I got 1,000,001 alarm set, especially for my trading times and in the morning for me to get up. So I got alarms for London session starts at 3 a.m. So I got alarms at like 2:30, 2:45, 3. And that's a couple in between them times just to make sure that I'm getting up, right? Especially if I'm falling asleep, like I want to make sure that I'm waking up at the specific time, right? So I did have these alarms set, end up waking up to like, whoa, like, all right, bet we moving. So peep what happens here. Price taps into this 4-hour zone, right? And notice what happens. We get this nice wick off of this zone, right? Typical. Again, same thing that happened here, right? As I was saying before, in order for price to break this level, it has to gain some momentum, right? This price has to gain some momentum in order for it to, push up. And even this price here, I believe that I could have potentially taken this entry once I saw this bullish engulfing happen off of this zone, right? That bullish engulfing confirmed to me, all right, this price retested, and now bullish engulfing is looking to continue its move to the upside. Cool. We all green. We all good. Now, we had this price came here, wicked up. Now, at this point, I'm trying to think what happened here. Did I take this position as it was pushing up? Potentially. At some point, I threw a stupid lot on this trade because I'm like, yeah, we bullish. We're definitely moving to the area that I have set, right? This 16400 level. Right, this is my target that I'm looking for price to hit. We're definitely, like, at this point, I know it. I know for a fact that we're going here into the crazy position, knowing that, this price is going to continue to move up. As well, though, in the back of my head, I know, knowing price, right? Again, knowing typical price movement, that this price has to pull down, right? It's going to have to break through this 4-hour zone that I had marked off here, already had marked off there, right? So probably at this time, right? At 2, this was at 2, so probably like 3 o'clock, right? 3 o'clock. Enter, we got this nice retest bullish engulfing. This is looking clean. We're looking good, right? Price is right in between this 4-hour zone, right? But we still gonna need to see some momentum to go ahead and, push up. Now. This is where the finesse, this is where the finesse starts to come in. At this point, I'm up good amount of pips. I'm up. Seeing some nice blue screens, right? Some nice blues. You feel me? Right? And then price starts to reject this area, and I start to panic, right? I start to panic. The way that this price was playing out, and again, as I was saying before, I already had something in my mind like that. It's possible for this price to reject here and then come down like that. What if this just make a head and shoulders pattern and reject from this area and drop off, right? What if? Your thoughts. Think about what you're thinking. What I should have been thinking is, what if this plays out exactly the way I wanted it to? Nice bag secured, right? So just a slight little word. Pay attention to your thoughts, man. You know what you know, and be confident in it. Anyway, let's keep playing this out. All right, boom. We start to see this rejection here. Now, at this point, I'm seeing these wicks, right? Wicks. Also, don't see this candle breaking this previous wick, and I'm like, I don't really like that. This point is 2:30, right? 3 o'clock. Boom. Whoa, I don't like that. I don't like it, right? And what do we see? Right, price rejected this 4-hour zone and then dropped off. Now, me looking at this, all my positions are going into the red. My biggest position, red. Position, red. One of my other positions going red. We getting close to another position that's still blue but barely blue, right? At this point, I had already pulled these positions down here once I was seeing this first rejection, right? So this price is playing off and it starts to reject and pull down here. So at this point, I'm like, oh, that's a nice strong bearish candle. Maybe that sell-off that I'm thinking in my head is about to play out, right? Maybe this price really is about to play out. Now, what I want us to notice here, right? This price is in an uptrend, right? What do we know about our uptrend structure? Low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. As long as this low was not broken, as long as this low was not broken, as long as this low was not broken, this price is still in an uptrend, right? And this is where I made my mistake and let fear take over my entire trade, right? We see this price dropped off, but what is happening here? A potential higher low, right? I'm not sure, but this momentum that I saw here was a little scary for me, especially at 3 o'clock, right? Seeing this type of momentum push to the downside at 3 o'clock is like, whoa, what's happening, right? But I want to go ahead and mark off where are my stop loss. I could have literally just placed a stop loss, right? We know about our basic structure. As long as our low is not broken, this price is still in the uptrend. So I could have placed this stop right at this low. We can see the break of this candle here. We see a little bit of a wick now, so I probably would have placed it a little bit lower just to give it a little bit of breathing room. Down here is a little bit too low for me. So let's see, 900, 162.9. Probably maybe about right there. I would have placed this stop, or should have placed this stop, right? So this price is pushing up. Let's see what happens. Boom, we get some more push down. Doji, right? Doji, first sign of it respecting this previous low. Boom, another doji with a wick to the upside saying buyers is trying to push this market up. Excuse me. Sellers still controlling, but buyers are trying to push this market up. Ooh, stop would have got hit. Now peep this. Stop would have gotten hit. All right. But even still, doji, right? We still don't see a close below, right? And that's another thing. As I'm going through this, I'm actually walking myself through the process as well of what happened for this trade. So y'all just bear with me as I'm going through this. Stop would have been hit here, right? So what I was thinking, even as I'm placing the stop manually right now with y'all, is that this maybe would have been a better level to just put it at the break of these candles, right? At the break of these candles. As you can see, as I was saying up here, right, I wouldn't have placed it right here because we had a wick right here. Notice how price wicked right to the break of these candles, right? If I move down a little bit, right, at the break of here, we see this nice wick here. This would have been a perfect area to have a stop loss, all right? But even still, we don't see a break of our previous low. We see a wick. It did break a little bit lower, but this is why, again, you want to give your stop some range, right? It wouldn't have been right here, right? Because we do see a little bit lower, but it never broke this previous price. All right, wick and another doji, right, of price respect in this area. At this point, it's 4:30. I'm out of the trade and I'm doing other stuff because I'm like, I don't even want to see this no more. Like, I'm mad. I just pulled my positions, right? Knowing myself, at times I do, or at times I have, begin to like revenge trade if I'm continuing to look at the charts, stuff like that. So I typically would rather just not, right? Typically would rather just not. This price plays out. Let's see what happens next. Boom, another push down. Now at this point, we do see price, breaking this previous low. Right. So at this point, I would say done and done. Right. Done. Let's see what the hour looks like though. Right. But see, peep. Hour time frame. Right. This line was marked in on an hour, so that's where I should be really getting my confirmation from. Right. That's where your confirmation should come from, on your hour. And we can see on the hour, we just dojiing. Right. And dojiing telling us indecision, or that this price don't really want to go down. It's just faking. Right. Notice how this price is still above this line. At this point, it's 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock for me is where I want to be done with the charts. Moving on with my day. Let's see what happens next. Bullish engulfing. Bullish engulfing at 6 a.m. Right? This bullish engulfing here tells me what? This level was held. Right? Price respected this level. Our low was not broken. Right? And this price is still bullish. Right? Technically, this price is still bullish. We got low, higher high, technically higher low, and now this price is pushing back up. All right. So at this point, what's happening here is price is attempting to break through this 4-hour zone, right? This is a zone where we know a seller zone, right? So when prices get into the zone, what's happening is selling. All right. So for buyers to get through the zone, they're gonna need some momentum. Let's play this out a little bit more. Boom, another wick into this area, right? For price to attempt to push up. Now here at this point, we got a higher high, right? We see a higher high. We see a break of this area. But looking at this, if I was looking at this chart at this time, and I wasn't because I was asleep, right? But if I were looking at this chart at this time, I would see that, you know, this candle closed inside of this zone. Probably not something that I'm too fond, like something that I'm not too fond. I'm not even gonna say probably. Seeing this candle close inside of the zone for me, it's kind of like, oh, what's happening here? All right, but let's continue to see what happens. Boom, right back down. Even this wick gets stopped out. All right, so at this point, it's like, did I get finessed? Did I get finessed or did I not? That's the question. It's like, did I? I'm not sure. But is this a trade that I would have wanted to be in? Right. What we can see is that price is playing between this 4-hour zone and this lower level. Again, it didn't break this level. Right. It did not break below. It's still technically above, but it's wicking. It's playing. It's ranging. Right. This is price literally ranging right now. All right. So let's see. Boom. Again, push back up, attempting to get through that 4-hour. Another one. Now at this point, target is smacked. Target is smacked. The zone that I had set for the previous high, right? This happens at 10 a.m. Right, and again, if y'all remember me saying it a little while ago, 10 a.m. is a solid time for GJ, right? So at this here, looking at 9 o'clock, if we wanted to, honestly, 9 o'clock. Let's look at this. Let's try to see what this does. From 5 o'clock, from like 3 to 5 is London. 3 to 5 EST is London session, right? And then from 5 to 9 is kind of an in-between time. They kind of like overlap. 5 to 9 is more of like a choppy time to be in the markets, right? Me personally, I'm going to sleep and then I'll wake back up for New York if I'm gonna trade in New York, right? So knowing that at 9 a.m., then I can start looking for a position. So coming on here at 9 a.m., right, seeing that, all right, this price is still respecting. Technically, we still got price making higher low, higher lows, right? You could have potentially taken an entry off of the wick to this zone, right? That limit that I was saying that you could have set here at the zone. Could have definitely set a limit and placed your stop loss. And peep, that's only 15 pips. I'll give myself some room, max 25 pips. Right. So you could have gave myself 25 pips and been green on this trade. Right. Price was holding this level. Could have copped the entry, and then, you know, from 9 to 10, target was hit for 100 pips clean and avoided all of this extra noise that happened back over here. Right. So yeah, that was GJ. That was the finesse on GJ. You know, we live to trade another day. That's the important thing. We live to trade another day. Price played out exactly perfectly, beautifully how it was supposed to. And yeah, even we can see here right now. So quick little 1-2 if y'all here. If y'all still here, I just want to say appreciate y'all for listening to this entire thing. I hope y'all caught that move. If y'all trade GJ, I hope somebody caught that. If you did, drop a fireball in the comment if you caught the move, or nah, drop your favorite emoji down below if you caught the move. If you caught the move, drop an emoji. Let me know that you caught the move, because that's what I want to see, right? That's the beauty of things, right? I'm here. I know I'm gonna be here. I hope y'all here as well, right? So if y'all caught that move, fire. Shout out to y'all. Keep keep it going, keep it coming. Keep at these charts, man, because it's gonna pay off, right? But if y'all stay here, like I said, I'm gonna give y'all a little 1-2, a little midweek analysis for what I'm seeing on the charts or what's happening here right now. Me personally, I do put my markups, the trades that I take, on another chart as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete this all these lines and trade setup that I got going on here, so that we can see more of a clear view of what I'm looking at. I'm a little upset that I can't lie. I'm a little upset that I did miss that move. But like I said, we live to trade another day. And we back tonight. We back at it. You lose one, you get right back, and you try again. You go again. Like, that's the only way. That's the only way. But again, midweek analysis is what I'm looking at, right? At this point, GJ on the weekly, peep what it's doing. Right, peep what it's doing. It's exhausting this lower level. Right, we see wick, right, and we still got 2 days left on the week. So typically, GJ will move one way Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday it'll reverse and do something else. Right, so for the fact that this price was bearish for the first half of the week, right, we see this wick down, and knowing what I know about GJ that it could reverse, I could see this next half of the week looking to push up. Right, looking to break above our weekly close and now push up, also leaving us with this 3-pin pattern to the downside, right, showing us exhaustion. So at this point, where price is currently, we see this price was coming down. Again, look at all these wicks. Even on our daily time frame, we can see a bunch of wicks to the downside, right? At this point, our daily time frame is attempting to engulf this previous candle. Now, we got about 2 hours left. On the daily market goes until 5 p.m. We can see bullish engulfing attempting to form here, right? So if we do, right, which I believe we will, get this bullish engulfing close, I'm looking for price to continue pushing up. Now, as this price is looking to push up, a couple things that we want to keep in mind so that we do not get finessed again, right? It's going to be those areas where price could be potentially rejecting, or, having some issue attempting to break through, right? What I have here, 4 hours on, you can see price broke above, and now it appears to be retesting, right? I'm going to even go to my hour time frame, right? We see price broke above here, right? Tapped into our previous high, rejected, and now it's doing a pullback, right? It's making a higher low. Same thing here. This price never broke these lows, right? Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, potential higher low, right? So this price is in an uptrend, right? So at this point, I'm looking for buys in this market. Okay, we got our break and our retest here. And we're looking for price to potentially continue moving up. Now, remember that trend line that I said I only draw in when market is potentially reversing, right? Notice how price came up, wick, and then fell off of this area, right? It's also this previous high here that I have drawn in was rejected, right? And for me personally, the more confirmations, the better, right? So I have my trend line that was rejected, and I also have this previous high that we can see is being rejected for this price to fall off, right? So moving into, the last half of the week, again, like I said, we typically do see, price go ahead and reverse. If we get a break, right, of this level here, 16400 area, right? If we get a break of this area, buy. Buy. That's all I'm gonna say, right? Is buy, because then we'll see that this is a gem right here. Y'all don't go run and tell nobody this. I'm gonna tell y'all this because y'all here. If y'all still here, use a real one, right? What we looking at here, this price is technically still in the uptrend, right? Especially looking at our higher time frames, right? GJ has been in an uptrend. We got low, high, higher low, higher high, right? And this price right now is at a higher low, right? It didn't break our previous low. Right now, this price is at a higher low, right? Looking at this higher low, what we want to see is, all right, when this price find a support, break this down and begin to push back up, right? Because after a low of this higher time frame is what? After a low is a high. Exactly, right? So you're going to be looking for price to go ahead and break through and move to the upside, right? But everything is going to happen on our lower time frames before it happens on our higher time frames, right? So seeing this price here, if we get a break of this previous high, that's going to tell us what? Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. If we get a break of this high, we're moving up. We're moving up, right? And that will also fall into line with what we're looking at here on our higher time frame for price to hold and then push to the upside. Now, here we're going to want to pay attention to this daily zone. If we do get a push that far this week, it's about 400 pips. So it's possible. If we got enough momentum to push up, it's very possible. But we're going to want to keep our eyes on this price here. But again, as I was about to say, we want to keep our eyes on this daily zone around 167.25, which is going to be our, we have a daily supply zone there, right? So if price buys up to that area this week, take your profit and chill out. And then come back next week, rate analyze, and we see what's going on. I don't see this price breaking through this week. Now, don't get me wrong. It very well could break through next week, at the beginning of next week. It could break through this week. But if we do begin to break or push into that zone, I don't really see it breaking through that zone just yet. So let's stay patient. But yeah, that's my finesse on DJ, how DJ finessed me. I ain't gonna hold. I ended up closing on the day negative. Red screens. End up closing the day out red. But we live to trade another day. It's a part of the process. It's a part of the journey. What's important is that you go back and you figure out where you went wrong at. Right? You figure out where was my mistakes at? What happened here? Why did this happen? Why did this play out this way? Right? And as you go through your trading, you're gonna learn something new every trade you take, right? Because every trade is going to be different, right? And as long as you stay objective in the markets and just remember what you learned yesterday, what happened yesterday, what was the lesson from yesterday's trade, whether you won or you lost, right? What was the lesson from yesterday's trade that I picked up that I can apply today? Your trading will continue to progress and get better. So just keep that in mind. It's all a process. Nobody figured this out in a day, a year, right? And was making millions. It's not that simple. It can be, simplified, but it's not that simple. So make it as simple as you can for yourself, and just keep it going, and don't never get defeated through the process. As I said, I took a L on this trade that I really should have won, and I think that's what gets me the most, what grinds me the most, is that I know I should have won this trade. It ended up playing out exactly the way I wanted, but the plus to that is that it played out the way I wanted to. So next time I just know, all right, be a little bit more patient, hold out, and remember those small things, right? Like these small things inside of here, these are still price making higher lows on my hour time, right? That's something to keep in mind for the next time. And that this price is still, technically moving to the upside. So just be patient, hold out, and don't let fear take over your trades. So that's the lesson for me. And I will be back tonight on these charts looking for another move, looking for another position. It's Wednesday. We still got 2 more days left in the markets. So let's just make the best of it. And again, man, if you here to this point, sheesh, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all tapping in. I appreciate the support for real. Y'all been going crazy on the views and the comments. Like, I really appreciate it. I just got chills, no funny, from like the love being shown. And I know to some it may be like, yo, like it's not that much, but to me it's like starting off thinking what I'm thinking, getting this whole thing started and getting this whole thing going. It's like, man, y'all really been showing out. So I appreciate the love. It's definitely moving a lot faster than I thought it would. So again, kudos, shout out to y'all. If y'all here, if y'all supporting, drop a blue heart. If y'all caught that move, go ahead and just drop your favorite emoji. Leave a comment. Let me know how fire the move is that you caught. And I'll catch y'all in the next video. Love.